Hello and welcome to DarkMatch for Money in the Bank. What an excellent pay-per-view we had last night. It was great. Probably the best this year and probably the best we've had in a couple years at least. I am DigiFox.
Magpie, that's your cue.
Oh, I'm Magpie. Fuck, I thought it was after Backlash.
I'm
shit,
Tiefus.
sorry.
I'm Tiefus, and I'm eating the best grilled ham and cheese ever.
And I'm Backlash, and it's fucking hot out here.
God, 3 days without sleep. Sorry, guys.
And because it's WWE, it's time for What's Iron Sheik Tweeting Now? I need cold beer after best WWE show. Respect to the Christian and CM Punk for smart matches. WWE best company in the world.
Amen.
So we got Sheik's
God,
opinion.
I love that guy. Good for him. And I think we agree with his sentiment for the most part.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes, we do.
I think our sentiment goes a little bit beyond just those two guys, though.
Oh, yeah, just the whole around. This was a good show. And coming from a guy, and you can look back at the Dark Match episodes, the previous ones, I did not expect a lot from this, but it pulled off in every way I thought it could be. It was great.
I think we were all pleasantly surprised.
Damn straight. I was humbled.
Yeah, I have to pretty much give props to everyone who was on this show. Because everyone brought their A-game tonight. Everyone put on a great match, except for
They did the best they could. Well, even that one match that was blah was still just like, you know what? Okay.
Well, might as well jump right into it.
Yeah.
The first match of the night is the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. And
Yay.
and I guess it's worth pointing out, from what will come into play later tonight, that the winner of this match can only turn this in for a World Heavyweight Championship title shot.
You can only challenge the SmackDown World Champion, not the Raw World Champion.
Pretty much. It's the whole brand separation they're doing, and I'm guessing it was an excuse for something that happens later in the night, which we'll get to.
Yeah. But considering how it all played out, and then you realize what the participants in it, it makes sense for just like good wrestling down along the way, you know, when time comes and cash it in. But getting to the match.
Getting into the match.
Lots of ladders.
Yeah. Actually, they didn't bring ladders in for a good chunk of the match.
Which I thought was cool because it was. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. It's pretty much what I was going to say. It was a cool aspect to see a ladder match not revolve around ladder spots as much as the entire match goes. They were mixing up there. They were kind of blending normal spots a little bit better with ladder spots.
Yeah, and it was like a slow climb to like those spots because it's like, okay, we're gonna do these cool spots, just us guys, and then okay, we're gonna get the weapons, and then now we got them in there, and it's just one big climb to like just the ending, and it's like, yeah, that's really cool, just they build it up like that.
Yeah.
A very good start to this match. I guess one of the things worth pointing out is Sin Cara took a really nasty looking powerbomb onto a ladder.
And that wasn't even 10 minutes into the match when that happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, think back to when Jeff did a splat, pretty much a leap of faith off of top of a ladder through edge on a ladder going from the rail guard to the ring, and that's pretty much exactly what happened here, except it was a power bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Great spot.
It was bad.
And Sin Cara was actually wearing different colors tonight. He used silver and gold like Mystico. So that's worth pointing out, I think.
Well, this spot actually got him ejected from the match.
Not ejected, but carried out on a stretcher.
Yeah, he was carried out on a stretcher, and at first we thought he was all injured, but Tiefus, you brought us some news right before the show started that might explain it.
Breaking news.
Yep, Sin Cara has been suspended for wellness violations. So, first suspension.
Steroids.
30 days. I don't know if it's steroids. I haven't said what yet.
Yes, it's steroids. It's been confirmed.
Would it be in poor taste just a guest? Let's play a guessing game.
Another push gets the gas taken out of it.
Yep. Well, there have been plenty of people who have gotten busted for steroids and have come back and have had really successful careers.
Yeah, it's not the end of Sin Cara. We'll see him next month.
Yeah, and then if you believe that, and if you also believe that Triple H's theory of just about they're going to do everything they can and keep this guy as long as they can, even if he doesn't get over, just because he's Triple H's first acquisition. So if you believe that, then he's staying.
Yeah, if nothing else, they already found the replacement for Shabo.
Oh, we'll get to Shabo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny turn of events right there.
Oh my God, the last person I would expect to do that, but yeah, we'll get to that. A lot of good action here. They really mixed it up pretty well. They had Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel turn on each other early and work together early in the match and turn on each other pretty quickly. Then kept on going back to working with each other, even working with Wade Barrett, and turning on each other constantly, going back and forth throughout the match like that. It was like the three of them were trying to monopolize the ability to win the match and then fighting amongst themselves to get that. And I thought that was a good match dynamic. And I
also got to say,
acknowledging their history together. I'm
sorry.
done. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry to just jump off points, But anyway, just saying on the terms of just Heath Slater and Gabriel's performance, I didn't expect a lot out of those two. I just thought Slater was a meat shield for these guys, or just somebody to brutalize, and then Gabriel was just going to do a 450 off the top of something. That's all they were good for. I literally thought, but they really, really did, like we said at the start of the show, they brought their A game. They really, really tried harder, and they really wanted to, prove that why they're in the WWE. And I thought they did a good job for what they usually do, because I never see anything out of them.
Heath did some things I've never seen him do before.
Well, Slater and Gabriel, they're at a point in their career right now, they have to prove themselves that they're worth a damn in the WWE. So they were basically playing their ass off out there.
Agreed.
They're fighting for their jobs, pretty much.
And if this was the first round, they succeeded, and they're going to the next round. And then they got to fight Goro.
This is an opportunity for them to show that they are worth keeping around, and I think they did exactly what they set out to do.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll get spear squatted.
The place of no return. Only one has returned. But everyone looked good in this match. There wasn't a weak link, or just a why is he here, even though I thought that going into it, but everybody
showed more from Cody Rhodes, but what we did see from him was rather impressive. I think they used Kane rather smartly. They never really made it I think there was at least one point in this match where you thought each person was going to win.
Yeah.
That was cool. It had the unpredictability, of which I overly underestimated. The unpredictability of this match, and it was very much in this, because I was like, oh, this guy's going to win. No, it was really good timing, and then Sin Cara got taken out, so you're like, I never thought Sin Cara was going to win it, going in with low expectations, but it added a new element into the match, and also it was just like, well, he's definitely out, so it has to be somebody here. Or maybe it's Sheamus, because he took him out so early.
Sheamus was a house of fire all night, too. He never stayed down for very long.
Yeah, he was kicking ass.
So, what were some other good spots that happened in this match?
How Daniel... go right ahead, Davis.
No, go on.
Oh, how Bryan Danielson did the suicide dive, escaping from, I think, Heath and Slater, who was ever in the ring, broke away free from those guys, and just suicide dive right into Barrett. That was pretty badass.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sheamus took a fall on a ladder pretty hard at one point.
Oh, yeah.
He set up.
Yeah, I mean, he's going around setting up all these ladder spots for in the ring, and then all of a sudden he just goes out on a ladder that he didn't even use. That was pretty funny. But
it's hard to talk about things we like, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
I know. It's a weird dynamic. It's like I'm so used to hating the hatred in my heart.
God damn. What am I going to take my hate on?
You suck at sucking, so we can hate on you.
Anyways, the end of this match comes with Cody about to get the briefcase with Barrett, comes up to stop him, and but Cody knocks him off, and that was the point where Cody was personally my pick to win this.
I think the odds were all Sheamus for most people.
Yeah, I bet it on Sheamus.
But I was really pulling for Cody. But then Daniel Bryan decides to get involved in this. And
really? The plot thickens. The plot.
Barrett
Go on. What does he do?
Well, Barrett manages to get back up, and all three are brawling on the top of the ladder. Danielson actually puts him in the Lubell lock on top of the ladder, which was a really cool spot.
I'm glad they didn't mess up, dude. That guy killed somebody.
And the finish comes when Barrett gets Daniel Bryan up for the wasteland, and he's about to knock him up. But then Danielson gets to wiggle his way out of that.
And then elbow the shit out of him.
Reach right up and take down the briefcase.
It kicks Barrett in the head right off the ladder.
He
which is
right
actually kind of a theme for the night. The finishes to segments consistently had a notoriously high number of kicks to the head.
It was. And we got to say, this was a complete shock. I love Bryan Danielson. I will support that guy in anything. If I book a company, I would book him to win any belt, and this is really awesome. I'm really stoked for this, you know?
Yeah,
I think it's going to work really well for his career.
I remember we were all sitting there watching this last night, and we were just thinking when this happened, God,
exactly.
Magpie is going to jizz himself into a coma.
I did. It was amazing. For me, this worked. I'm stoked about this in two ways. Realistically, I don't think Bryan Danielson's gonna win when he cashes in. He's not gonna win, but this works really well with later events of the night because who is currently the champion when we get to it, you probably all know if you see it. That guy has a really good work rate. He knows how to work that style. He's way more technical. So if Bryan Danielson cashes the Money in the Bank and he says, let's go, and then these guys have a match and Danielson goes the distance like Rocky Balboa and he's taking out the limit, he's peppering new moves we haven't seen him use before, this is really close, and then the heel or the other guy, the champion, just gets by just a little bit, whether if it's cheating or a clean victory, that puts him over by looking tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all kind of fretful that Daniel Bryan might be the first person to cash the Money in the Bank and not win. By the way, I know
but if he does, that means he's a legitimate big-time WWE star, and that means Magpie has to stop liking him so much.
By the way, I know I'm switching back and forth between Daniel Bryan and Bryan Danielson. Inconsistent Backlash is inconsistent, but I am.
Furries are inconsistent.
I'm honestly really hoping. I hope at least it's handled properly. Like they give him a good match.
Yeah.
On a pay-per-view.
And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be on pay-per-view. It could be a really good SmackDown. You just have to give it the time and the care and let the guys be the guys and not edit the hell out of the match. Like, I have faith in Bryan Danielson. I have faith in the current champion to do it, because I love both those dudes. So, if he can go the distance, and this is just my hope, and I hope this is how it happens, but my pessimism, my realism is I know he's not going to win it in both scenarios, and I don't want this hope to get beaten out of me. You know, as long as it's handled right, which I pray to God it is, but it's WWE, so it can ruin any time. You never know. But good for Daniel.
We're just going to have to wait and see, because I'm not really sure how this is going to play into it, because I doubt Orton is done with the WWE, the World Heavyweight title for now.
But we'll get to that and I'll do again.
I would just like to point out that I was right.
Yes,
Shut up, No Leaf.
No Leaf is the only one who made that prediction.
Yeah.
Which,
No
by the
Leaf
way, I'm
was right.
he did suspicious stuff because I never remember him saying that before he won it.
Oh, now he's going to go look it up. I know he posted it.
It's in the last show when we were doing the prediction.
It was in the last show, but he went out on a limb.
No Leaf,
think he believed
get out of our call.
It's
not on the show. I don't care if you technically are our boss.
I'm just I was right. You can carry on.
Kiss my ass.
The rumors backstage is that Bryan is getting a monster push. So
nah, we'll see that a lot, though. I mean, we heard that about Chris Masters back around WrestleMania. We heard that about a lot of Sin Cara, everyone. But if you haven't noticed by now, we've got quite a few people sitting in on this call, listening to us record the show. If you guys just
Dark Match is unity.
If you guys want to pop out real quick and say hi, we've already heard from Arrow and No Leaf, so we've also got Revolver Man, Ali, War Machine, and Chris. Except I think War Machine's on the show.
I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be, but even though I told No Leaf I was going to be late, he started the show without me.
Okay.
They said dibs. Well, to be fair, it was us being dicks who wanted to get it over with.
Let's go.
All right.
Backstage segment.
Yeah, backstage.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
And see,
Who's that guy with the camera standing right behind me and he's shaking?
I don't know. But this is the kind of thing I like to see in sketches and backstage segments that are continuous throughout the night. They build on each other. They're going somewhere.
There's a reason and a purpose, and it gels.
Yeah, anyways, the scene itself is just Vince McMahon arriving with John Laurinaitis and his lawyer, and apparently this is going to play into the main event.
Yeah. See, it's going somewhere. It's building to something. There's elements here that will be important to the show and the plot later on. And that's a big hint to some other wrestlers that are looking to make a return in the next year. Rock. When you show up, don't have a segment for the sake of having a segment. Don't have 15 segments for the sake of having a segment.
And don't beat a joke to death.
Oh, also, I'd like to point out, a bunch of us were saying that the lawyer that we couldn't identify was Johnny Ace. Whoever said that, screw you.
I don't even want to talk about that whole little debate about it being Johnny Ace and it not being Johnny Ace. We got an important match to get in here, guys. It's a title match coming up, and it's the WWE Divas title match. It's important stuff. We can't waste time talking about who was right about that being Johnny Ace or not. So let's get into this important, historic Divas title match between Brie Bella and Kelly Kelly.
The only time I'll care about Kelly Kelly if she just takes Drew back and accepts him for who he is.
I find it hard to hate on Kelly, really, because you can at least say this about her as opposed to the Bellas. She is trying her heart out.
Yeah,
but every time she gets in the ring, she just looks so out of place, so frightened that something's going to happen.
It's like a cute little puppy. It's a cute little puppy that just goes into a situation and it's like, what's going on? What's going on? And you want to be mad at it when it pees on the rug, but you're like, aw, come here.
Or a black mage with 10 hit points.
Fuck that, I smack the shit out of my dog when she pees on the carpet.
DarkMatch would like to apologize to anybody who loves animals at this time.
I don't beat the dog, I just swat her on the nose and say, bad dog, don't do that again. It's over as fast as it starts, okay? It's not like I kick the damn thing or light its tail on fire, Jesus.
This match was basically just full of blown spots and awkward running of the ropes and...
Yeah. And, Kelly may not be a good wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, but god damn it, she has improved a lot since she's gotten to WWE.
Yeah, she's at least, not like the Bella... What kind of... I don't remember when it was in the match, or even if it was this match particularly, it could have been on Raw, but there was a spot where she went for, she grabbed the leg, and it looked like she was trying to DDT Kelly's leg.
She may not be able to run the ropes too well, but she can still run the ropes better than she can take off of Raw.
Oh well, it's Brie Bella
this
versus
match,
Kelly.
Kelly retains, no big deal. More
Karma, come back!
Karma, come back.
She'll be back. She'll be back. Calm down. Anyways, after that,
in the meantime, give us Natty, Beth, and Gail. Jesus.
And AJ. Oh my.
AJ, yes.
Not Styles, but the other one.
Give us AJ.
And I want to say Bella's Boogie.
Jesus Christ, that guy deserves better. No, not talking about TNA. Focus.
Okay, focusing on this.
We get a promo for SummerSlam, and then we get a promo for Mark Henry versus Big Show. And I hope you bought that double big gulp because both bathroom break matches are back to back tonight.
Yeah, but even for a bathroom break match, this was a lot better than a lot of people expected it to be, I think.
It was the best going to get out of Big Show versus Mark Henry. We'll give it that.
Yeah. It's a good thing they did the finish that they did with this, because I don't think we could take another match like this, because I think you're right, this is as good as it's going to get. They had nowhere to go after this. But I think the big thing that hurt this match more than anything else is that the crowd was already sucked out of the show because it was preceded by the Divas match, and they just didn't expect anything good out of this match either. So people just kind of tuned out before this one even got a chance to start.
So yeah, Mark Henry goes over.
Yeah,
that's the way you're supposed to do it. You've been building this guy as a fucking killer. He has to go over.
When's the last time he won on a pay-per-view?
It wasn't Sheamus because he beat him on Raw.
Okay, that's Raw. I'm talking about pay-per-views. When's the last time?
Oh, I was just flashbacking.
Probably whenever it was that he gave birth to Mae Young's hand.
Why do we keep raising that specter?
Because that's about the last time anything significant happened.
That's what he's known for.
Mark Henry.
I'm sure he has one on pay-per-views. I just don't have a categorical knowledge of that crap.
I just don't want to remember.
So
we're still talking about the...
Henry wins, and then he goes out and gets a steel chair, wraps it around Big Show's leg, and then he goes for the splash off the top rope. But he missed the chair. From the camera angle we saw it at, he missed the chair. He landed too far to the right to hit that chair.
It's not the best segment.
Yeah.
What made it pretty funny though is that they didn't bring down a golf cart or a trailer. They brought down a golf cart trailer.
It was a luggage cart to haul Big Show. Oh, by the way, stretcher count is up to 2 now, and it's only going to get bigger as the night goes on.
Remember back when they had to bring a fucking special little vehicle to get Yokozuna out of the ring when he broke his leg?
Oh, just a forklift, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Because that guy was so tough.
I think they were intentionally trying to channel that moment in history. Because that's all I could think of when I watched it.
Well, it's not quite Yokozuna versus Vader, but yeah.
And all throughout the process of them loading Big Show up on the cart and driving him away, we hear CM Punk being chanted throughout the arena.
That's they're chanting all night.
Yeah, I mean,
and good for them.
It was kind of crazy. Like every fucking match, there was some reference to CM Punk from the crowd.
And it was
if there was a Second City Saint chant, that would have been the shit.
Yeah. But anyway, we see Vince McMahon and Johnny Ace backstage talking, and Josh Matthews walks up and asks if he re-signed Punk, and Vince tells the story of how Punk told him to get out of his office.
First of all, you're just saying Johnny Ace to piss me off, aren't you?
Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace, Johnny Ace, Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace, Johnny Ace.
Hey, he's already got... Hey, stop, leave him alone, Tiefus. He already got useless pointy ears as it is.
I will fucking murder you.
What?
But anyways, for this promo...
Magpie, I hope you can sleep at night picking on someone like that.
Oh, yeah, I sleep on my comforter. It's great. It's made out of real fur.
Remember, The Rock loves Magpie.
Yeah, The Rock loves Magpie so much Magpie can't sleep for 3 days now.
For this promo, Vince McMahon was selling the hell out of this. I absolutely love his reaction. I mean, he told me to get out. Me, chairman of the WWE, to get out.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's a pretty interesting segment. I liked it.
It was great.
I liked a lot of this show.
Again, it's hard for us to talk about a show we really, really genuinely liked.
You know, I'm not a fanboy, and I'm not trying to pick on her for being a fangirl, but for fuck's sake, I know what Duos feels like now.
Yeah, but Wing Zero is the superior Gundam, and I hope she realizes this when she listens to this recording.
You shut the fuck up and take a nap.
Shut your whore mouth.
Anyway, getting back to... Fuck you, Magpie.
He used to go on.
Back to the show tonight. We're getting right into it, moving along. They're blowing their load early, ladies and gentlemen. The Raw Money in the Bank ladder match is the fourth match and the second match to fucking matter. We got Alberto Del Rio, Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, Evan Bourne, R-Truth, Alex Shelley, The Miz, and Rey Mysterio.
Oh my!
All come down to the ring, and each and every single one of them picks up a ladder and brings it with them on their way out. And the only one that's left for was it Alex Riley? Grabbed the midget ladder.
Wait, it's Alex Riley? You said Alex Shelley when you announced it just like 5 seconds ago.
Did I? Wishful thinking. I'm pushing for better for some of these guys because clearly we see where their talents can be put to better use. But I digress.
Alex and
of a lot of things.
So they basically have an 8-man ladder battle or a ladder fight.
Everyone grabs a ladder and just starts swinging.
It's awesome.
Just like Mr. Sulu went to Home Depot, cloned himself 6 times. Just started swinging shit around.
Oh, it was great.
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Alright, Magpie, your turn.
For what? Oh, wrestling.
Oh my.
Fuck you, Magpie.
You liked it, wouldn't you?
He's too busy playing his guitar.
Alright,
Getting
yeah.
stoned.
Alright. So,
Yeah, well, at least I'm not a filthy creature.
you drop
Look who's talking.
You drop the damn furry versus Bad Beatles sing fanboy act for 1 minute. Let's just do the damn show.
Okay.
Jesus.
You're a monkey.
Oh my.
That's our 3rd interruption tonight. God fucking damn it. Raw starts in 10 minutes and we're not even halfway through this fucking review yet.
Interruption.
Fuck you all. So that's our
I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
We're talking about the Raw Money in the Bank match.
Okay, Raw Money in the Bank.
Fighting with ladders, and they start clearing the ring, and it's kind of cool, and someone else do it, because I'm speechless.
Del Rio goes down.
Everyone took good spots in the match. Oh, go ahead,
this was the weaker of the Money in the Bank matches, because
agreed.
For as good as it was clearly a bunch of planned spots. Like, the SmackDown Money in the Bank match had a lot more psychology.
So, Sheamus setting a ladder up across the turnbuckle ropes.
I'm not saying there weren't spots.
Staying there until Gabriel gets up there and surfs the ladder and hits a 450 splash on a fucking ladder that's only 6 inches higher than where he normally hits the 450 splash from isn't obviously a spot.
I'm not saying there weren't spots.
He's just saying it was a better match in terms of how they did their spots.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
And not to take anything away from the Raw Money in the Bank, because this was an awesome match still.
Cool to watch, very good. And everyone took a hard bump, and the SmackDown one, I think was superior because it showcased more people doing stuff. But this one was just like, everyone showed up, like, they had a good time to shine, but not so much as the other one.
I think this one was, I actually think this one was better just because, everyone really did go balls to the wall in this one, putting their health on the line. I'm going to go ahead and say it. MVP of the fucking show goes to The Miz.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
are there confirmed reports that he's actually injured?
Nothing has come out saying that he's injured, that he's going to miss any time or anything. I think what happened, and you can see this, if you watch the show, you can see it where after this bump he takes, his knee looks fucked up, like pieces of his knee are not where they're supposed to be in his skin. And they help him back to the back, and he comes back out, like hobbling on one leg back out to the ring later.
Good for him, man.
He tries to climb up the ladder real quick, and he doesn't quite get it, and he gets taken out of the match again by Rey Mysterio attacking that knee. Fucking Mysterio. So, as far as I can tell, and this is based off of, like, back when I was in junior high, they had, like, a charity hockey game between teachers and some other organization or something like that, and one of the teachers got his kneecap dislocated after a hard hit. Popped back into place, sat out for a period, and went right back into the game. And he was hurting bad, but he still played.
Crap.
As far as I can tell, I think that's the most likely explanation for what happened to Miz. It's not anything that's going to keep him out of business. He's probably going to take it easy tonight. Probably for the rest of the week, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, because what happens is Miz gets carted off by EMTs. By the way, stretcher count 3. And
there was no stretcher. He hobbled out.
I'm speaking figuratively here. and he comes back about 5 minutes later, hopping on one leg while everyone is down, and just books up the ladder for the briefcase.
Yeah, but he gets cut off, like I said. And what happened was, who was it up there on top of the ladder with him?
Let me check out my results.
Was it Mysterio or?
Oh, it was him and Bourne were on top of the ladder, and Del Rio pushes the ladder over, and there was so much shit in the ring. Like, Miz came straight down on his leg. It was nasty. And the ladders just fell all over the place in a way that they did not anticipate. And you can tell this because Del Rio's like looking for a place to go while the ladders are falling around him.
Yeah.
It's like collapsing ladders and shit.
By the way, Evan Bourne, I'd also like to point out, they do a spot like this every time they do a Money in the Bank, and for the past couple of times it's been Kofi diving up the ladder, but there's always a spot where you go from the top of the ladder to the floor and hit everybody. This year it was Evan Bourne's turn to hit the shooting star press on top of the 7 other guys.
And it was smooth.
Yep. He was protected at all times, and it looked awesome.
It's a good spot.
He puffed his chest out at them right at the right time, last second. It was just perfectly executed, perfectly timed.
And it should be noted that when Miz came back, he was getting face pops, and Mysterio was getting booed when he came in.
Mysterio.
Oh, yeah. Mysterio got out the fucking building.
He almost got heated out of the building.
But, and by the way, just for reference, Mysterio was dressed in a Green Lantern motif. This match.
Knock it off with the comic book characters.
He's a superhero.
When I think of a guy who flips off of a bunch of ropes and bounces all over the place, I think of Green Lantern. Hal Jordan, ladies and gentlemen.
You think
it was
have
funny
him do
when
other
he did Captain America. It was a little less funny when he did The Flash, and this is just getting sad.
The Joker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They should keep giving him lame heroes to dress up at, like just kidding to the bottom of the barrel.
I think it's his deal. I think he's doing it to himself. But anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there because it doesn't really matter to the results of the match. But R-Truth was on top of the ladder at one point, and he's fighting it out with Swagger on top of the ladder. And
R-Truth is surprisingly not afraid spiders are going to jump him.
Nope. But you just made me just lose my train of thought with that. Thank you. Really, all you got to understand is I don't think we can really describe what happens in these matches too much more than we already have without really getting way too technical and overly in-depth and being long-winded any more than we normally are.
If you haven't watched the pay-per-view, I suggest you do.
Yes, I will rarely say it's about WWE pay-per-view. Buy and watch it.
Yeah.
Order it by the
DVD. When we say buy, we mean specifically buy it. Don't stream it. Buy it. Pay for the replay.
Pay for it.
Haven't seen it by the time it comes out on DVD. Buy the DVD. It's fucking worth it.
It's worth it.
I'll probably buy the DVD when it comes out. I've already seen it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I mean, they could edit it to hell, but it could still be kick-ass. I wouldn't mind.
So, it's pretty impressive when you can sit there and say, you need to see this fucking show, and it's worth paying every cent that you pay for it. Matt, I think pay-per-view of the year so far. Easily.
Anyways, let's move on to...
Best WWE pay-per-view.
Well...
The winner.
That's independent wrestling. That doesn't count.
Yeah, anyways, let's move on to the finish of this match. The finish comes with Rey and Del Rio up on top of the ladder. They're fighting it out, and Del Rio actually rips Rey's mask off and throws it out into the crowd. And the part I loved about this was someone in the crowd catches it, and they were sitting right in front of the boom camera. So after the match, he's holding it up right in front of the camera.
Yeah, and this entire point of this entire part of the match was pretty good too because it comes right after Rey powerbombed the Miz off of the ladder to the mat, and he rolls out of the ring, and that's all we see from Miz anymore. When it looked like Mysterio was going to be the one to win it, because he had the advantage up until on top of the ladder and everything up until that point where he lost his mask, people were booing the shit out of it.
I bet you Arrow loved it.
And then when he lost his mask and he got shoved off to the side like that, people were going apeshit insane cheering for Del Rio. I think there's some pretty strong hints here that WWE just cannot ignore, and if they do, they're fucking retarded.
Oh, if they go back to being WWE after this pay-per-view, you hit the nail on the head. They're fucking retarded. Yeah. They do not know what wrestling fans want. And it would just be really, it's not only just if they did that, and it would be like just stupid, but it's just plain insulting.
Well, the thing is, this is a match that, you can pepper in some of the older guys in there. Every now and then, have an older guy win, like they had Kane win last year. But keep this more for the younger guys to kind of get over. Use the older guys in there to kind of give them a rub. Make them look good. And,
it's like Bryan Danielson looks way better if he does an enziguri and like really just hurts Kane rather than just we've seen him kick Cody Rhodes' ass, but he actually did something that really hurt Kane in this spot. That makes him look more interesting.
Yeah. And see, that's just it. Kane and Mysterio played the senior guy in the gimmick match perfectly tonight. They really put over the younger guys. Really made them look good. And this is a really good spot because it was almost kind of like a changing of the guard kind of thing. Like the old guy was reaching for the opportunity, and the younger guy was reaching for the opportunity. So it's the guy who's trying to recapture it, and the guy who's trying to live his dream for the first time. And the young guy went out.
It's good that they're keeping Del Rio kind of circling around the main event scene.
Yeah.
After his whole Royal Rumble thing.
He's like a pack of hyenas circling around that lone lion with a kill. Trying to smoke.
And then it also just, it leaves it open. It's cool because what happened after the Royal Rumble, he didn't win, but he's still in the main event picture. He's still tough, and it's just like he's featured and he's interesting. He's got to give him a cavalcade of interesting opponents and just like things that do like a Money in the Bank. This guy's still going to be a star later. And then if he went to SmackDown, let's say the next year and got the Intercontinental Championship or was demoted, and I use that in with quotations, he still looks strong because of all this presentation and time around the main event scene.
So, anyways, the finish of the match, Ray gets pushed off the ladder, and Del Rio falls over too because there's like 20 fucking ladders in the ring, and they all fall over at the same time. And Del Rio just climbs back up, takes the briefcase down. We have a winner.
Yep.
And he smiles that $1 million smile.
Never gave up. Never let anyone forget that it is his destiny.
Ralph Macchio? Oh, there we go.
Go quote Beatles song somewhere.
Hey, you gotta respect Ralph Macchio.
Go watch Chikara.
Kiss my ass.
Are you saying you don't want to watch Chikara?
I don't have any DVDs, so I can afford them. It's kind of hard.
Go watch Samoa Joe versus Danielson some more.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh, shame for me for wanting to watch a good match.
Why don't you go?
This is DarkMatch.
TNA didn't suck, you little...
Hey. Change is totally fucking stupid.
Yeah.
War Machine, you're back?
Get out of our show!
Back off!
Have your chance!
Technically speaking, this is supposed to be my show, too.
Power Ranger! What's your mic?
Okay, well, fun is starting, so can we move on to the show?
What's your mic?
Okay, let's move on to the World Heavyweight title match. Christian versus Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah. Great match. Weak finish. That's sentiment. But you guys talk about it some more. We'll get to it.
I'm going to disagree with weak finish. I mean, it was a bullshit finish, but it actually left me very intrigued.
Oh, intriguing-wise, if you looked into the stories and not, like, have my opinion, just looked at it for, like, how they acted out and played it, looked great. Like, the presentation of Christian and things that I disagree with, fucking bullshit. That's what I waited for. This big payoff for him to get the title. It was that.
I gotta disagree because I think it played off of both Orton and Christian's personalities perfectly in their interaction together. You know, Christian constantly pissed off and furious that he got robbed of the title like that, and he's been trying to get in Orton's head for the past month or so, and he's been doing a pretty good job of getting in his head, and just frustrating him and trying to get him to slip up and fuck himself over. Orton has been trying to keep his cool, trying not to let the voices get the better of him, and he's been struggling to do that. So here, with the finish tonight, it was a perfect heel finish given that psychology.
And I get that point, but at the same time, like I'm gonna stand by the sentiment. I lost all interest in this feud once the general manager got involved in that episode of Raw. That's when it's like, okay, this is dead to me. I don't give a fuck anymore. If Christian wins the title, I don't even care.
Well,
so it's like I'm going off of that basis, you know. But
I wouldn't tell you to like sit there and ignore an important aspect of the feud, but
all your points you made are good and valid. I totally agree with that, dude. It's just for me, that's when it died, so I don't care anymore. But your points were good and straight on.
But without that one point, would you agree?
No, even then, it's like it makes Christian look like a puss. I mean, it makes sense in the context, but
he's a heel. That's the point.
Yeah, but let's have him go over. It's like, okay, haha, I won. Fuck you, Orton. Good away. And then on SmackDown, he has his revenge.
You know what? He had this specific stipulation for the match, and he used it to his advantage.
Stipulation. Let's just have a match.
Because
again, we're gonna have very different opinions, Steve. About this. Let's just let it die.
You guys can argue all night for all I care. The match.
Screw you, hippie. Screw you.
I will watch you die.
Oh, Blackwater, keep on churning.
It was a really great match, and I don't have a problem with the finish because I think it played right into Christian's character right now as being this dirty, coward, frustrated heel who wants to get the championship any way he can. And he did. He did just that. He goaded Orton into dropping him in the sack.
So Christian wins the title on a DQ.
And quality of the match, this was legitimately a good match. Criticizing the feud, putting that all aside and my sentiments towards it, I never distrusted the ability of these two guys to put on a good match with just them two wrestling. It was really good, and this match was a very good performance. So credit to Christian and Randy Orton for putting on good matches throughout this entire thing.
And it should also be noticed that Orton actually showed some emotion during this match.
Oh,
he showed
yeah. It was great.
He evolved in leaps and bounds.
I thought his movements, everything was just beautiful in this match, like the slow, methodical movement, and also that really fast movement, and back to slow and smooth.
Yeah, and then how he executed his moves, everything was very smooth.
Yeah, it was very fluid. And then after the match, he just exploded with emotion. It's like
Orton fucking lost it.
Yeah,
like
more than usual.
It's like the difference between plain Cheerios and Lucky Charms.
It was beautiful to see. It really was.
Yeah.
It wasn't ass kicking.
Tiefus, the more accurate metaphor there would have been Fruit Loops.
Oh yeah, Fruit Loops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You want to make that?
I think Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops are the same thing.
God damn it! This is not a show for talking about breakfast cereal.
I always like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, personally.
Let's hit it off with some Frosted Flakes.
Honey Buns is a bug.
Get out of our show, Allie!
Okay, let's get back to the match. And for the record, I like Cocoa Puffs. Anyways.
Raisin Bran is underrated.
Dude, Raisin
Shut
Bran
up, everybody! I'm gonna kill every single one of you if you don't get the fuck out of our call!
I'm watching Raw right now. Suck it, all of you.
Right.
I'm gonna go listen to the Beatles. Fuck you, Jeepus. I'm going to Clown College.
Okay. The post-finish of this match, obviously, Christian spat pretty much straight in Orton's mouth. Sent fucking Orton into a fucking crazy, fanatical, like, psychotic episode. You're just beating the shit out of him. Almost gets DQ'd, but the ref manages to pull him off of him before he kills him out. And Orton just looks at the ref who just did that. It's like, you just have the audacity to stop me from beating the shit out of this guy who spat in my mouth. He just looks at Christian and just punched Christian right in the nuts. Like, right in front of the ref. And the ref DQs him. New world champion, Christian. And Orton loses even more. He just goes even more batshit insane.
It makes sense with the insane part of it, but just one little thing. It makes sense with the insane part of it, but at the same time, and just like a counter argument to devil's advocate to the other side, it kind of makes Orton look like a moron because he's like, I mean, he's pissed and he's letting his emotions go, so I get that, but it's also like, I'm going to kick him in the sack while the referee's looking. Again, you know, emotions and rage, so that's why he did it and it makes sense, but, at the same time, oh, dude, it's kind of stupid and common sense-wise, but,
Yeah.
Well,
but,
I think it makes... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think it makes Christian actually look like the superior one mentally, that he was able to get Orton to drop his mental guard like that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way. Good job.
And also we got to see Orton do some of the goofiest fucking faces I think I've ever seen.
That was great. That was like some hacksaw Jim Duggan shit.
Dude, it was like he went to
George Steele there.
It was like he took a California burrito with him and just scarfed it down and then drank some red sauce and went to the bathroom and took a mirror with him and then looked at his face as he was pushing. Just like, okay, I'm going to use that one for the pay-per-view. Use that one.
I could have gone the rest of my life without ever hearing that metaphor, and I would have been okay with that.
I hope it haunts your dreams and keeps you up at night.
Thanks a lot, Magpie.
Oh, and here's something else. Tommy Wiseau's ass. Up close. Think about that.
Yeah, I'm immune to that one by now.
Yeah.
If nothing else, this match made Christian look insanely smart, and I think it's good to have a champion like that once in a while at least, because
I can't remember the last time I've seen someone smiling and laughing while holding his nuts.
He's like, I got kicked in the balls, but I got the belt. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Your voice will lower down a couple of octaves in about a couple of days there, Christian. Cool. Oh, I'm going to go party with my belt.
He's going to do a cameo in the new Mickey Mouse movie.
Ha ha! Tifa sucks.
Anyways, let's get to the main event. CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE Championship.
Slaughter Magpie's entire existence.
Kill Tifa's sleep.
The obvious thing to point out with this is Punk gets the biggest pop of the night.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was one night stand all over again, but instead of RVD, it's Punk, and we like Punk way better, like a billion times over.
Complete with, if a Cena wins, we riot sign.
That was awesome. It got that big match feeling from back in the day, like when you were kids and you're waiting for like the match to go down. You're like, let's do this. And for a Chicago fan, it's like a really good baseball game because, their team hasn't gotten the World Series performance-wise. But, they got Punk and he's going to do it. And it has that atmosphere about it and it was exciting. And it made a good audience will make a match more exciting. And this was truly a demonstration of that metaphor. I'm branding. Somebody take over.
Cena was basically the heel. Like, he didn't even try to act like a face in this one. He comes out not jumping around, not doing the salute. He's wearing the belt for probably the first time in his fucking career. And when he threw his hat to the crowd, it's worth noting that someone threw it back.
And the look on his face when he went down the ramp, he was like, okay, guys, let's get this over with. Yeah, I know, you flipping middle finger. You want to do what? Yeah, I know, you want to do that to my mother. Let's get this. Hi, Punk, how's it going? Stretch, rope.
When Punk came out, he was playing into the crowd. He posed on the stage. He did his goofy, it's clobbering time thing, and just over-animated about it all, just soaking it all in.
And Colt Cabana was in the audience.
Yeah, he jumps out of the ring real quick. He's wearing a brand new style T-shirt, too, so...
Colt is awesome. Listen to his podcast.
He takes off his shirt.
Ace Steel was there, too, yes.
Shut up, Magpie.
Shut up, Beavis.
Go take a nap. Anyway, he rolls out of the ring and goes give his brand new T-shirt to his mom and gives her a hug, who's sitting in the front row next to Colt Cabana and Ace Steel, who were featured on camera quite a bit.
Second City Saints in the house. Oh.
But, yeah, it was, God, this match was just amazing.
The story...
Started out there kind of feeling each other out. Started out there just kind of feeling each other out, and they started wrestling, like mat wrestling, trying to feel each other out. And the crowd starts chanting, "You can't wrestle." And Punk stops and gestures at himself and goes, me? And they go, no. And he points at Cena and goes, him? And he goes, yeah!
and the crowd boos when Cena puts a headlock on Punk, like, right away.
They were popping big for such the littlest shit.
They were booing when he shoulder blocked.
Yeah. They were nuts.
Yeah, and the whole time...
The entire match.
I don't think I've ever seen a crowd that animated before. They were alive.
And the whole... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Davis.
Oh, go on.
I'm just... The whole time, listening to if you just focus on the commentator, like when I rewatched it again, focusing on the commenting team, but you could tell which roles who was playing because the people in the commentary were honest, like, oh yeah, Punk's the favorite here. They don't like Cena, and Jerry Lawler's like, yeah, they must be out of their mind. Why are they cheering Punk? These guys are. It's like they're having the WWE in the back or having the commentary team go, no, you're supposed to like Cena. Get him to say pro Cena things. Make the CM Punk fans here look crazy. Do something.
There was no making Punk look like the not favorite.
Yeah, it was a desperate attempt. It was like shooting a BB gun at a moving train. Oh, God, I brought a reference from a Michael Bay movie. Fuck!
Oh, shame on you.
You're fired. Take him from the call.
At least I'm not a fox. At least
Fire, you're fired. No, Magpie, you're fired. War Machine, you can talk now.
What?
Get your shit, Magpie.
I am not fired.
Monkey boy. Your shit.
You're suspended for 30 days for violation of the Dark Match wellness policy.
Well, you know what? I'm going to take my articles with me and Dr. Magpie, and you guys can never see him again.
Yeah, never saw him the first time.
Fuck y'all.
Whatever, bird boy.
Oh, forget you all. Oh, and for the record, No Leaf, your show's overrated. I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Go away, butt monkey.
So that happened.
Yeah.
Lemonade stand drinker.
So really, it's hard to call
crap.
It's hard to call great spots from this match because it was all great spots. I mean, they kept the
whole
tension
thing was
going.
great.
The tension was...
What made so many of the spots great weren't even the spots themselves, just the fans reacting to the spots. I mean, you had fucking arm bars and prolonged headlock rest holds that qualified as spots based off of the damn reaction. I thought that was amazing. I've never seen a match like that.
Yeah, it was, and it was also very clear who was calling the match, and it certainly wasn't Cena. I mean, that's not to say anything. That's not saying anything bad about Cena, but still, if this really was CM Punk's last match, Cena, props to Cena for letting him just have complete control over what happens in the match.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping his composure, he was just like, okay, I'm gone.
Magpie, you're out of the goddamn show!
No, I'm not! I'm not letting the Magpie fans down.
He's pulling out what Magpie fans?
There are Magpie fans. The Pyres, as I like to call them, because I can't think of anything better.
Someone fucking kick him.
Could you at least call them the Magnets or something that doesn't...
Thank you, the Magnets.
Yeah, an actual word. Pyres. What the fuck is pyre?
I don't know.
I mean, you know what that says? We can write it out. It says pier.
What's the name? You can write it out. It's TFS. O-T-F-S. Totally fucking stupid.
That was just hurtful and uncalled for.
Yeah, he's allowed to name himself after an acronym.
He left.
Okay, now that he's gone, we can get to this.
Diplomatic immunity.
All right, then.
So shocked. This show is fucking ridiculous. But it is so much fun to produce. We're actually just... Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Raw's on right now, and Ms.
I'm not being pushed.
Let's get this rolling.
Magpie's going to take our title over to that other show.
Anyways, basically, both guys bust out every move they know.
Yeah.
Like, even bust out the Pepsi plunge at one point.
Oh, God.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
one of the spots I really did like, and I don't know if you guys covered this already before I was hastily brought in, was when Cena gets Punk up in the FU position, or I'm sorry, attitude adjustment position, and Punk reverses it into the GTS, and then Cena reverses it Cena goes up and then he reverses it into the STF, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was. For anyone who says Cena can't wrestle, shut the fuck up.
Hey.
Oh, Cena delivered.
Watch this fucking match. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Chavo.
This was the best Cena match I've ever seen.
Yeah. Chavo can go eat one. Can go sit
on the flip side, he's going to fit in really well with TNA.
Yeah. If you haven't heard by now, Chavo issued a scathing statement via Twitter just a couple days ago, saying pretty much the sum of it was, if Miz can beat you up, anyone can beat you up, thusly insulting Miz. Cena's boring, and that me and Eddie taught you better than that. Okay, yeah, the guy who lost to a leprechaun for a year straight and played the same role every single tag match he was in with Uncle Eddie. Yeah, you're one to tell other people to not be so predictable. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, seriously. Fuck off.
Yep. And to sit there and say, oh, I've got it, Punk's got it. You don't have it like Punk.
Yeah, don't compare yourself to Punk.
You're the Swagger Eagle.
Oh. He was?
Yeah, that family tradition. Lie, cheat, steal, and dress up like a giant bird.
Oh. My God, you didn't have to go that far.
Well, it's true.
Well, yeah, Chavo, you're looking pretty
back to
dumb
positive
right
things. Back to positive things.
He may have a point. Maybe Cena does need to mix it up more. But the way he said it was just asshole-ish. There was no reason to rip on Miz like that.
Yeah, or to compare himself to Punk, or even to bring up Eddie in this situation. If you have an opinion, don't drag your incredibly famous dead uncle into it.
Yeah. If your argument has merit, it'll stand on its own merit, not on someone else's grave. Anyway, sorry for that digression, that little tangent there.
Anyway, back to the incredibly awesome match.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Other notable spots include Punk reversing the STF into the Anaconda Vice.
That was amazing.
That was great.
Yeah.
Especially since he uses the Anaconda Vice so rarely now that when he does bust it out,
it's special.
Oh, yeah. Incredibly special.
And especially because we actually thought for a minute Cena was going to tap.
Yeah, we did.
We thought for a minute before that he was going to tap to the STF.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Amazing tension during this match.
Oh, God,
He did the Cena thing where he pulls him to the middle of the ring, and I thought that was it. And I was just like, oh, that's lame. Why would they end it like that? And then when Cena, when Punk rallies back and slithers out of the STF, I was like, oh my God, he might do it, and he did. I mean, he didn't make him tap, but
it was just a beautiful spot.
So afterwards.
Real quick, I want to say this. There was a couple times where these guys put each other in abdominal stretches. There was one in particular where Cena had Punk in an abdominal stretch, and Punk was wrenched over so far and so awkwardly. It just looked like there's no way that didn't legitimately hurt the fuck out of him.
Oh, yeah. Cena can hurt a bitch if he wants to.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, after the aforementioned Anaconda Vice spot, or whatever it was, now that it's being called in contention, fucking McMahon comes out with Johnny Ace.
It's fucking Laurinaitis!
Laurinaitis and Ace are the same person!
That's his nickname, jackass. God, you're yelling at me about who he is, and you don't even know his fucking nickname.
Oh, fuck.
Anyways.
I know I'm a complete idiot, and I'm fine with that.
Ace and McMahon come out. and McMahon's just standing there at kind of the bottom of the ramp. And him and Punk lock eyes, and the ref stops counting. And, to kind of add to the, I guess, quote-unquote, realism of the situation. And so, Punk rolls back into the ring, and Cena is up and tries to put him in the STF again. And so, Cena barely has it locked in, and then McMahon, sends Ace to tell Timekeeper to ring the bell. And then Cena sees this, slides out of the ring, and just decks Laurinaitis in the face. And if someone can find it, there is a picture of Colt Cabana reacting to Ace getting knocked right the hell out. And it's absolutely priceless.
Yeah.
And so Cena, goes to the walkway, and he yells at McMahon. He says, "If I'm going to win, I'm going to win. I'm not going to win like that." He rolls in. CM Punk gets him in the GTS. Count it. 1, 2, 3. Match over. Woo! I don't think I've marked that hard before in my life. When Punk actually won, because I'll be perfectly honest, I went in fully expecting Cena to just weasel this one out. Simply because I didn't want to get my hopes up too high and have the pay-per-view ruined because, I expected something I shouldn't have. But when Punk won, if I had tear ducts, I would have cried.
Well, the pay-per-view isn't over. There is one more thing we need to talk about.
Oh, yeah, there is one more thing we need to talk about.
Because Vince McMahon gets on the headset and starts screaming for Del Rio to get out there. And here's the great part of the night. Del Rio comes screaming out to the ring with the briefcase, jumps in the ring, Punk just kicks him in the face, and hightails it out of there.
Yeah.
He sits there and laughs in McMahon's face.
As soon as
the perfect troll face / you mad bro face I've ever seen.
Because Del Rio is selling that kick like he was freaking shot. I mean, because he ran into the ring and Punk didn't. I wouldn't even call it kicked, more like just stuck his foot in the air and just let Del Rio kind of run into it on his own. And if Del Rio clearly hadn't put his hands up, I would have thought he knocked himself out.
Well, the special point about this is we all thought Del Rio was going to take that title back before the night was over.
Oh, yeah.
The swerve was that
they still had a good 10 minutes to go for the show, too.
The swerve was that there was no swerve. Vince Russo, take note of that.
Yeah, Punk
no-sold that swerve.
And Punk runs out of the ring, he runs over to the barrier and starts climbing over the barrier and stops for a second to hold the title up and wave bye-bye at Vince and blow a kiss at him.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And just runs out through the crowd, poses with the crowd, and celebrates with them.
For once, instead of Vince trolling us, Vince got trolled. And it was glorious.
But because Vince orchestrated it all, his own trolling, it's like Vince trolled Vince, trolling us.
Yeah, Vince trolled Vince.
The Chicago troll job. I don't know. What the fuck are we going to call this?
The Chicago Triumph.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Chicago troll job, I think, is best. That's what I'm going to go
That
with.
works.
Fair enough. Whatever. Anyways.
I'm politicking.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Let's wrap this show up.
Final thoughts.
Fucking awesome!
It was
brilliant.
Great.
Excellent.
It's been years since I saw a pay-per-view this good. Probably at least 5 years.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is the best pay-per-view I've seen in 5 years.
From WWE? Yes.
Fucking
yeah, of WWE.
Okay.
Yes.
I haven't marked out this much for a pay-per-view since the first pay-per-view I saw, which was WrestleMania 20.
Yeah.
Everything was done right. It was, this was just great. It's a throwaway pay-per-view, and this kicked this should have been WrestleMania. And a throwaway pay-per-view just outdid it so, in every single level.
And you guys know how, for the last year or so, we've been sitting here bitching about all the gimmick pay-per-views revolving around gimmick matches that totally make them kind of pointless because there's no unpredictability about the gimmick matches if you know you're going to see them on the set date anymore. Like, they don't grow organically out of the feud or anything anymore. This was an example that kind of says, no, the gimmick pay-per-view can work.
Yeah, it can. It just has to be done. It just has to be done right.
And that's the thing. I think this had more of a Royal Rumble treatment to it than it did just gimmick pay-per-view.
It almost felt like even though they didn't have the type of match, but it felt like this could have been like a Survivor Series or just and a SummerSlam even, you know? This booking and story-wise, it could have been a WrestleMania.
Yeah, that both these world maybe not the one world title match, but the Punk match could have definitely been a WrestleMania match.
It felt like a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, it was special. It was history will not repeat itself on that one. I don't think. I mean, they'll still have great matches with each other, sure, but.
Oh yeah,
I've never been more.
The electricity will never be quite the same.
I have never been more excited to see what the WWE will do next than following this pay-per-view. They have me hooked. They have my full attention. God damn it, I want to see what's happening.
Oh yeah. I have to say, I honestly thought going into this that the only really good match, I thought all the matches were going to be like decent to okay at best. But, you know, I knew that CM Punk versus John Cena, no matter what the outcome, was going to be good. But I did not expect this pay-per-view to be as good as it was. Hell, even the Divas match didn't piss me off, which is a first,
rare.
I must say.
I think because it was following Daniel Bryan winning Money in the Bank. I don't think.
Legitimately, the Divas match, while it was nothing really impressive or anything worthwhile, really, like, it was just kind of there. It wasn't bad, but the problem
was good there. It wasn't there where I was like, avert your eyes, or I got to go to the bathroom, or
it was there.
It was there.
I'm going to say this because this is what I wanted to say when we were talking about it on the show, but I couldn't because I wasn't here yet. My standard for Divas matches, at least in the WWE, is that as long as it doesn't outright offend me in some way, it's at least okay. But that's
a low standard.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I've grown accustomed to in the past few years. Just because I've known not to expect too much good things. Now, granted, there are some divas within the company that are great. Natty, Beth Phoenix, Karma when she comes back.
Please come back.
Gail,
Eve. Oh. Eve when she has her moments.
Eve.
What? She has her moments.
You!
Shut the hell up.
You're fired. Get off the show.
War Machine, mute your mic. War Machine, mute your mic.
Don't you hang up on my tag partner. Fuck you.
She has her moments. Listen to me.
Ow.
She has her moments is all I'm saying. I'm not saying she's consistently talented. I'm saying she has her moments.
Yeah, let him speak. Got your back, War Machine.
Anyway.
Let's take it home.
This paper was great.
Yeah, this paper was great. Let's take it home with what gets more screen time. You want to do Zack Ryder or we want to stick with Jay Lethal?
Zack Ryder was absent from this show, so why not?
Okay, what gets more screen time than Zack Ryder?
The business dislocated cap gets more screen time. Zack Ryder.
Anti-Cena signs.
They held the camera on that name.
Oh, yeah.
It's got more screen time than Zack Ryder.
Christian getting kicked in the sack has more screen time than Zack Ryder. Hey, they're showing right now.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. This has been the Dark Match. I am Backlash, and I love being an internet troll. Johnny Ace, motherfuckers!
And I'm DigiFox, and this show's been great.
I'm No Leaf Clover, and I was right.
Good night, No Leaf. Good night.
You're not on the show. You can't say good night.
Good night, War Machine. Good night, Matt.
Fuck you.
Not John Boy.
Fuck you. Love you.
Yeah.
I love my show.
Yeah.
My show, damn it.
Everyone show Tiefus.
Yeah,
We're taking over.
I apologize, you son of a bitch!
Consider this the new world order of internet reviewers.
Loud noises!
I'm Mr. War Machine. This is the Dark Match. Good night and good luck.
Fuck you!
Woo!
Holy shit, that was the craziest fucking episode we've ever done.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.